Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
So he gave the money to build this building. Not this building, this is the third building that's been on this lot. With the first two logs.
First one's logs.
First one was logs.
This is the third brick one.
And it became too small. They built another one. The jailhouse was on the same lot behind the courthouse. What I read in the little book was that the location of the jail was the worst. The jail being behind the courthouse wasn't no problem. But folks kept going to the window and hollering, "Jimmy, tell Daddy that I'm locked up. Come get me out." So it created a nuisance of folks hollering out of the jail and folks standing outside hollering at the ones in the jail. So they moved the jail down where our present-day post office is across the street. And it had one thing on it that I didn't want done, but I couldn't get a hold of Mr. Gentleman sitting right over there, Rick Holder, in time. They changed the sign on front. It said County Jail. I wanted to put Old County Jail. And I believe that Mr. Holder would have done that. But instead they just got it blanked out and painted white. But that is a county jail. That they took the place of this one. It was built back in the 1800s also. This courthouse says on the front 1883. That's the starting of the third courthouse. The first one, as Mr. Brown said, was logs. The second was brick, but not big enough. This one started in 1883, but didn't finish till 1884. Now there's a question that we had once. Does anybody out there have any idea how many bricks it took to finish this courthouse? If you want to guess at it, you can. And then they built an addition to it. Took the same number of bricks to finish the addition that it did to finish this courthouse. Nobody's going to answer, so I'll just tell you what the answer is. It took only one brick to finish the courthouse. Then when they built the addition, one brick also finished it. But this is the third courthouse that was built. Had 14 fireplaces in it to heat it. Because we didn't have any electricity at that time. We didn't start our electrical system. It was laid out in 1906. Started in 1907, putting the lights and such in. Now when the courthouse was built, had no electricity, no fireplace, only 14 fireplaces that served it. So when they started putting the electrical power in, then we switched over to electricity. In 1885, a tornado came through and blew the top of the courthouse off. It had a dome on it, a round, half-round dome instead of what we got now. It stayed flat until 1907 when they built a tower on it. The clock was not put in until 1910. So when me or Mr. Brown gives you a date that courthouse built before that picture was before 1910, what we go by is there's no clock in the tower. If you have a clock in the tower, Steve will tell you it was built picture made after 1910. Now if it has no water hydrant out front or no power poles anywhere around, it was before 1906. If it has no monument in front, it was before 1907. We put the monument in front. If you look at the cornerstone, it's 1907. I used to know the exact dates and all, but my stroke moved part of those off. So 1907 you'll see on the cornerstone. You can read the date. You remember what date it is?
Yes, 1907.
Well, he knows as much as I do, so, and really and truly, he should be the one here. When I started fooling around with this stuff, I showed Mr. Carnes's pictures several times on the primitive equipment. I had an old slide projector and a screen I would take to the schoolhouse, show it to the students. I took it to churches, showed it to people. I took it to nursing homes and showed it. I've done 2 or 3 public showings at the Episcopal Church and several places that folks come and looked at. And they were starting to call me a historian. Wasn't that. But Will Gregg, somebody may remember Will Gregg. Will Gregg, that right there, Mr. Brown, is my Will Gregg. Now to bring you up on where you'll know why he is my Will Gregg, I had an uncle that went to World War I, named Joe Williams. Joe Williams, after he got out of World War I, took a correspondence course and learned to be a civil engineer and passed the test. He was elected the first, when he first started with it, as a county surveyor. He was not the first county surveyor, but he held a job for 41 years, longer than any other politician in this county has ever held a job. Well, when Will Gregg got out of high school here in Monroe, he went to college and learned and took a course in civil engineering. So he went to my Uncle Joe nervously and said, "Mr. Williams, how would you feel if I run against you the next election?" My uncle said, "Sonny, I've been waiting for you a long time." Now that we have a museum, we have a real county historian. I waited for you a long time. He's put on some of the best programs I have ever seen in my life, because he has a modern technical equipment that he can phase in what's there now after showing you a picture of what was there yesterday. My old slide projector wouldn't do nothing. Every once in a while somebody would say, "Go back to that picture," so you mash your button the other direction. But he has done a wonderful job of putting on some real nice things. I would like to be able to tell y'all that a lot of things today, like the school system, we have. At one time, Ernest Malcolm had a book, and that book showed the Walton County schools. We had almost 100 schools in Walton County. It named them. Also told how many cows was in the county and how many mules and how many horses. It was a census book early. I don't know whatever happened to the book. He died. Don't know what happened to the book. But it told the number of schools. Church Street had 2 schools on it. And plus it also was named Church Street because the Christian church was on Church Street between Midland and Madison, where that doctor complex is now. That's where the Christian church was. Go on down a little farther to High School Avenue. That's the street in front of the red brick building that's there now. That was the Primitive Baptist Church. There is a bell in front of it. Everybody ought to stop and read the sign in front of the bell. It says, "The bell that came home." They quit using the bell because it was too noisy. Became a nuisance because of the noise. It wound up in Grattis, Georgia, in a man's smokehouse. Then when he sold his property, the property was sold, it was lost. Nobody knew where the bell was. But it was found in one of the city warehouses off of Maryville Street, in one of those warehouses where the city has the equipment and all now. Carter Adams and a couple of other folks along was instrumental in buying the bell. I don't know what that meant, buying the bell, and put it back down in front of the Primitive Baptist Church on the ground. Well, that's the bell in Monroe that came home. I would like to go through a lot of stuff like that, but they only gave me an hour. It'll take 3 or 4 more meetings to get all about what building swapped and what building left. The schoolhouse still standing down there now, the red building, was erected in 1901. They was the first class, graduating class, that, let's see, I can get my date right here. 1901 was when it was erected. No, 1904, December 1904. I told you the stroke messed me up. But it was erected, and that was the first graduating class of 1906. That was the first time we had a yearbook, was in 1915 out of that red building. Across the street was what some folks may remember as the yellow school building. I see a few nods. Where Pilot Park is now. That was land given by Mr. Felker in 1900. They built the first high school there. It was a high school. Then when they built the red building across the street, they changed it to the high school, and this other one wound up being the elementary school. It was still standing when I came to school and started. I came to school in the 7th grade, the worst day of my life. I came from Mountain Academy School. That was out near the Appalachia River. 2-story wood frame school building that a bunch of boys burned every vacant building in the county one year, and they burned that building. It was a 2-story. The Woodmans, the Oddfellows, the Masons, and they said the Ku Klux met upstairs. The school was 2 rooms downstairs. One of the best stories I ever heard was I was short, red-headed, freckle-faced. Billy Ray Williams, short, red-headed, and freckle-faced. Apparently Sybil Malcolm, Mr. Brant Malcolm, Billy Malcolm's sister, was a teacher of the low class. We were in the higher class. Miss Young was a teacher there. Sybil Malcolm was telling an experience she had with her brother Billy at home. She said, "Billy, I'm not going to tell you, don't do that no more." She said it 2 more times. The last time she said, "Now, Billy, I'm not going to tell you that anymore." Miss Young opened the door between the 2 rooms and said, "Billy, come here." Billy Ray Williams. She carried him out in the lean-to kitchen and wore him out for something that Sybil Malcolm's brother Billy had done to her at home. She apparently was jilted by some red-headed, freckle-faced boy because she didn't apparently like him, because I got a whipping every day too. But they had 2 rooms, and all of the students on the 7th, when I was going into the 7th grade, my mama said, "We need to get Larry out of there into high school, let him get started into town school." They were consolidating all the schools then at that time. So I came to Monroe Elementary School. That time was on the red building. The yellow building was not being used as school. And when I went in there, I was lost. I knew absolutely nobody. I knew everybody out at Mountain Academy. they seated us alphabetically in there, and I sat next to Matt Thompson, Maggie Lee Satterwhite, Joyce Ann Young. Now, in our school in Mountain Academy, we didn't have what they had in the schools in town. See, we didn't have mathematics in our school. We had arithmetic. We didn't have addition. We had add to. We didn't have subtraction. We had take away. I see a lot of nods out there. We didn't have anything. We didn't have multiplication. We had times. And the teacher was giving us a class like she would say, Matt, 2 to them 5. Matt would say 10. Maggie Lee, 3 to them 6. She was smart. She said 18. Got up and said, Larry, 2 to them 2. And I sat there. She said, Larry, 2 to them 2. I still sat there. She said, Larry, you don't know what 2 to them 2 is? I said, ma'am, I don't even know what 2 to them is. I was lost, needless to say, here in Monroe. And after this building was built here, we built a big building next door, a hotel. And the Felka Bank, we mentioned the Felka Bank, it sat next to it. Last it was G.B. Peters' jewelry store, and Mr. Weaver had a small watch repair shop right next to it. Well, in '93, when the downburst came through here, it blew part of the top off of the hotel. It fell over in the building next to it, which was Weaver's watch shop. And when Kenneth Murray put the building back together, he put residences on the second floor, businesses back on the first floor like it was to start with. And the sign off the front blew off. Well, you could see a steeple. Folks said it came off of the courthouse to the steeple, blew down on the hotel. Well, they kept arguing back and forth, and I gave the Tribune a picture of the hotel with the steeple on it and the courthouse with the top on it like it is. And they said, the Tribune did, Larry Witcher said it was always down there. That's the flagpole that used to be flying on the hotel, if you can believe him. That was put out for all y'all to look at. Well, that hotel went out of business as a hotel in 1919. Down next door, where the 2 doors, 3 doors down where Wells Fargo Bank is now, was the Monroe Hotel. The Monroe Hotel opened up in 1921 as a hotel. So from 19 to 21, I don't know where people stayed that would come through. But one of the postcards, Mr. Carnes used to print postcards also. One of the postcards says, Monroe Hotel, a bath in every room. See, the Walton Hotel had a bath at the end of each hall. No bath in every room. There was a man who used to hold the elections in this courthouse. He did all the city elections and the county election. Some of y'all may remember a man named Homer Gibson, also known as Gabby Gibson. He talked a lot like some other people do. He would go out when I was with the city and we had an election held. Mr. Gibson would go out on the front porch and say, hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The polls are officially opened. Also, he would go at the end of the day at 7 o'clock and say the same thing. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, the polls are closed. I said, Mr. Gibson, it's been 30 minutes before anybody ever been in here. Nobody could hear you. He said, but that's the way you close and open an election. Well, Mr. Gibson, I don't know what he done other than he told me he worked for Montgomery Ward. In New York, he was at a meeting with Montgomery Ward. And he said, I loved the frankfurters you could get in Montgomery Ward when I was working for Montgomery Ward in New York. New York had the first frankfurters I ever eat, and I loved them. Said I went to a meeting, and I got me 3 frankfurters, carried them up to the room, and I ate them. Said back then I went to bed, said men wore nightgowns instead of pajamas. He said I laid down a few minutes and my stomach got tore up, and I got up and headed down the hall. About halfway down, his string broke. And he said, I called a bellboy. And I says, if you'll clean this up and won't say anything about it, I'll give you $5. He said $5 was a lot of money back them days. And he said, now if that's not enough, said the little boy looked up the hall and looked down the hall. And I said, if that's not enough, I'll give you more. And he said, no, sir. Said, mister, that's plenty. But said, why didn't you just stand in one place? But it's now 5-6 minutes after 4. According to Mr. Brown, I had 3 hours. I've used 3 hours. To hear some other stories or something, I'd have to come back because I've done run out of time. I've got enough to hold y'all for 3-4 more days of Monroe and things that happened. Even a story of myself. I was one of the privileged people that lives now. Right now, if you realize that we're living in the best generation that there ever has been. We went from horse buggy travel to space travel. We went from no telephone at all to talking on your wristwatch. I've got a granddaughter sitting out there that talks on her wristwatch. If you want to see what history leaves behind and the future is going to bring, read the cartoons. I remember when Dick Tracy in the comics used to talk on his watch. And now we're doing it. As I was told once, everything changes. Nothing stays the same, everything changes. And that has been proven untrue. According to the preachers that's trying to get us to do right, the Word of God never changes. It's the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. So if anybody tells you that everything changes, tell them it don't. But with that, I'm through as far as I know. And if you do, Mr. Brown said I would answer questions. If you have one, if you ask it, and if it's hard enough, I'll make out like it's so simple, I'll let him answer it. But that's all.
Anybody have any questions? Well, I have a request. We'd like to make y'all's picture before you leave, except if you already have. I'm gonna count to 3 and everybody try to look human. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you for coming today, and I think we can give another round of applause to the professor. learned something today. I know I did.
Say to everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. We do still have some leaves to update behind us on the tree from donations that came in December, but this wouldn't be possible without the support of all of you, of our board, our staff, our city, our cities, and counties. So we really, really, really appreciate all of your support. And cheers to 75 more years for the chamber, right?
Cheers!
Great cut.
Senior Living. We're located at 171 Highway 78 in Monroe. We have just opened for business. We're a personal care home, and we would love to, if you or a loved one need some assistance with some daily living, we'd love to help you out with that. Please stop by from a tour for Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, or you can find us on our website or on Facebook.
Yes, you can also give us a call at 770-207-0222, and you can ask to speak with myself, Sarah Strickland, or Miss Shawn Cleveland.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
1, 2, 3. Yay! Good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday, February 17th, and we are here at American Trilogy Formal Wear, and we are so excited to have y'all here at the mill, and I'm going to turn it over to Madeline. She's going to say a few words.
Hey guys, my name is Madeline, and I am coming to you from American Trilogy Formal at Walton Mill. We're so excited to be here. We have been in downtown Monroe doing the formal thing for about 2 years now, and now we've officially moved into quite a different and bigger location. It's exciting, it's fun, it's of course bigger, and we're located right near our bridal shop, which is awesome for us and it's awesome for you guys. We're located here at 600 South Broad Street, Suite C120, and we're so excited for this. So yeah.
Are y'all ready to cut the ribbon?
We're ready to cut it.
All right.
Do you want to say a phone number?
Nope.
Okay.
She's like, nope.
1, 2, 3.
Very good.
Go ahead and cut again.
Sure. The ribbons.
Woo! That's fun! You were
Hi, and welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Our member show is coming down today as Paul is filming this. The elementary student art show opens February, I believe it's 24th, Wednesday or Thursday. It'll be a great show. It's always the happiest, most colorful, most encouraging, most uplifting show of the year. It's just so creative. We actually have lots of patrons who come in who want to buy the art that our elementary school students produce for this show. It's just a fabulous show. Of course, the public schools are in it. The Walton County private schools are also invited into this show. So lots of art, hundreds and hundreds of pieces, and it's just a lot of fun. It's really such a great show. So that show will be up next week, or this week when you see this. And another new program that we have coming in is Artistic Shelter with Donna Kaufman. Donna tragically lost her son Christopher in an automobile accident in August, and she has taken how she uses art. Of course, art Donna is our education chair here. She teaches our sip and paint. She teaches most of our children's programming. So she has taken that and she is using that to propel her into helping other people, and that's our mission here, is to celebrate the beauty and the healing power of art. So she is taking that to create this whole new program called Artistic Shelter. And it is, right now we're really focused on those who have suffered grief and loss of a close family member or a close friend. There's lots of ways to experience tragedy and grief in this world, but right now we're really focusing on bereavement and grief and loss. So the workshop is almost full, but this will be a thing that we will hopefully be able to continue to do thanks to support and grants that we have received. We are offering this workshop. It's an 8-week workshop, free of charge to the participants. And we're only taking 8 people, and I think right now she has at least 6. So if this one fills up, we will create a waiting list and try to get people in as we can to the subsequent workshops. But we're really encouraged by this and so proud of Donna. So go to our website, MonroeWaltonArts.org, MonroeWaltonArts.org, and look and see under our adult classes. You can see all the details and how to register for that. You email Donna. Like I said, it's free. The materials are free. I think she will have some supplemental materials that if you want to get on your own, you can, but the basic materials are free, and it will give you some basic journaling, artistic journaling techniques to give you moments of distraction, ways to process your grief and deal with it in a healthy way. As Donna says, it's not going to heal your broken heart, but it will provide you, hopefully, with some moments of comfort. So look for that on our website. It's also on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. If you look for that on Facebook, you've got to use the whole name, Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. If you look for that on Facebook, you'll find us, and you'll find information about that class and other classes that are coming up. Our watercolor class is a new class that just started today as Paul is filming this, and it is great. I'm hearing wild, crazy, great reviews from the students who have taken that. That's taught by Camden. So really proud of the things that we're offering here to help people on their artistic journey and to live a healthy life, dealing with stress and things that we all have to deal with. Come in and see us and pick up a class list. You'll find kind of the basics on this class list. I tell people if I printed out all the details for everything, this thing would be 6 pages long. So this is just a quick list of the classes that we have and special events. And then you go to our website to get the details with photographs, with full explanations, how to register, what the fees are, and all of that is out on our website at MonroeWaltonArts.org. So please do come see us. See the elementary show. I think you'll be amazed and encouraged by it. Pick up our new rack card. This card on one side has all of our gallery shows that are coming up for 2023, and then some highlights of some of the special events that we have coming up. This side has QR codes. One of them actually works. This one down here doesn't actually work. But if you scan this one, it will take you to our website. So come see us and have an artful life. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Joel Burnsett and I'm the Walton County Ag and Natural Resource Extension Agent. And I just wanted to give everyone an update that we have moved locations. You know, our old office was in downtown Monroe in the old bank at 100 North Broad Street, but we are now moved out to Criswell Park, and our new address is 1258 Criswell Road Southeast. If you have any extension needs, which would be 4-H, Ag and Natural Resources, water samples, soil samples, gardening questions, anything of that nature, our phone number is the same, or you can stop by physically at our new location on Criswell Road, and we would be happy to help you. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's Michelle Patrick from the 4-H office. I just wanted to make sure you all know that our camp registration started yesterday. So our camps are available now if you would like to apply for summer camp this year. We have the Cloverleaf Camp. So this is for 4th through 6th graders. And this year we're going to the beach. So come to the beach with us. It's Monday to Friday in late June. And then we also have our junior camps and our senior camps. So we have camps for everyone from 4th grade through 12th grade. And if you'd like information, please just visit our website or give us a call. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. I want to I first want to start out with congratulating all of the recreation basketball teams. We had our end of the season tournament, and congratulations to all those teams that won the countywide championship. We had a great tournament. We had over 1,000 kids playing basketball, and our regular season is over. So now we'll turn towards our all-star selection process, where we have our local league teams from Monroe, Loganville, and Social Circle who band together, make an all-star team, and then they play a small internal tournament, and then the winner of that tournament would advance to represent Walton County itself in the Georgia Recreation and Parks Association district and/or state tournaments that will be coming up towards the end of February. So we're looking forward to that. Now that it's Groundhog Day, I know by the time this airs, Groundhog Day will be over, and hopefully spring is right around the corner. For us, with basketball ending, we are in our spring mode, which means our baseball and softball registration has ended. Hopefully you got in. I know our last show I dedicated a lot of time towards getting everybody registered for our baseball and softball and our soccer and our track program. So hopefully you got in. If you didn't, you may can contact one of our local offices and see if they have a space available. But we are making plans on ordering uniforms and selecting teams and getting everybody started practicing. As soon as the weather kind of gets a little better, we'll be outside the month of February practicing, so games will start around March 18th for our opening day for our baseball and softball. Track will practice a couple of days a week as well and get ready for some of their track meets. They usually go to 5 or 6 track meets a year. So a lot of spring activities are going on. Hopefully the weather will work out for us. It seems to be raining about a couple of days a week, and then cold and windy the other couple of days, and we usually get 1 or 2 nice days out of the week. So hopefully teams will be able to get out on those nice days. For you guys that want to start exercising, continuing on that healthy lifestyle, I want to invite you to our community centers. The Monroe, Loganville, and Social Circle are a great place to go and walk inside while the weather is wet or cold outside. On those nice days, there's usually a close by walking trail you can get on and walk with your friends or make new friends. Join a class. For anybody that's 55 and older, our senior fitness class is really doing well. There's usually around 65 to 70 people working out. We do it 6 times a week on 5 different days. So you can go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov and find out what day we do have our senior aerobics class that's close to you. We have a lot of people that go to all of them that enjoy it that much. It's free for anyone 55 and older, and we'd ask you to go and make sure that your doctor says it's okay for you to do. And there's different levels of the fitness class. You can get up and dance and punch and throw and move around at your own pace, or you can sit in a chair and do it, on a light note. So I would invite anyone to come do that. They say it's a life changer. After, if you can stick with it for 2 weeks, that it will change your life and make you so much more healthy and energetic. That they say that once you stay for 2 weeks, you won't miss again. And we have a lot of seniors that tell me that a lot of times, that they count on that senior class. It keeps them moving and keeps them mobile. So I would encourage everyone that maybe is sitting down watching the television to get out and get active. It's the best way to stay fit and a healthy life. So if you didn't get out to our registration, make sure you contact our office. It's very important that if you do want to participate in our programs, and we want you to participate in our programs, we invite you to do that. We invite you to come to our community centers. It won't be long, and people will be having reunions and birthday parties. So if you're looking at renting one of our pavilions, or maybe even the splash park, I would encourage you to go ahead and start doing that and make plans. Go to our website and find out. The numbers are all on the website, and the fees for all those things. We filled up last year. Almost every date that we had for our splash park filled up. We're going to try to open up a secondary time slot on the weekends so everybody can have their events that wants to have them at our facilities. They're very affordable and very clean and nice place to have your events. So go to our website, waltoncountyga.gov. Look at all the information we have there. Find a park near you and get active. Until next time, thank you very much.
Hey Walton County, it's Patrice Broughton here, your Public Information Officer with another county update. We'll start with our February 7th board meeting. We had 2 presentations to start that board meeting, where we presented several EMTs and firefighters with life-saving awards. I want to start with Walton County firefighter Joshua Chapman. So Sheriff Joe Chapman presented Walton County fireman and EMT Joshua Chapman and Georgia State Trooper Corporal L. Ray with commendations at the board meeting on February 7th. Both Chapman and Ray administered life-saving Narcan to 2 individuals experiencing an opioid crisis. Sheriff Joe Chapman stated, "There is no doubt in my mind that the actions of Georgia State Trooper Corporal L. Ray and Walton County firefighter Josh Chapman saved the life of one of, if not both, of those people. As a peace officer and a county sheriff with over 30 years of experience, I was very impressed with the way Trooper Larry Ray and firefighter Josh Chapman handled a very difficult and chaotic situation. Their actions and professionalism are to be commended." We then had Emergency Medical Services Director Ronnie Allman and Walton County Fire Rescue Chief Kevin Haney present a You Make a Difference Award to paramedic Britt Sarton, EMT Shannon Patterson, Captain Wes Johnson, firefighter Luke Smith, firefighter Justin Oakley, dispatcher Taylor Monk, and dispatcher Lisa Greenwood. These individuals were instrumental in saving the life of a Walton County citizen after she went into cardiac arrest several times. We would like to thank all of them for all of their dedication and their service to the citizens of Walton County. Chairman Thompson honored deceased World War II veteran and POW Ernest William Walls. He had some great things to say about Mr. Walls, and if you'd like to see those comments, please log on to our Facebook page or our Walton County website to take a look at the meeting video for that day. Chairman Thompson called the roll and started the meeting. All commissioners were present at the meeting. And we started with Planning Commission recommendations. There was an approval of an event facility located at 1940 Highway 81. And the Board of Commissioners took the recommendation of the Planning Commission and approved the rezone. There was also an alteration to zoning conditions for property located at Highway 78 and Tommy Dillard Road. It was approved to remove the conditions that were previously put on the property at a previous board meeting. So they approved the consent agenda, and then we had a resolution amending the Walton County Civil Service Personnel Rules and Regulations, and it was adopted, and it basically changed the rules so that the county manager has day-to-day operations. We had a proposed increase in solid waste fees, and I want to give some more information on that. So at its February 7th meeting, the Walton County Board of Commissioners voted to increase the Walton County solid waste fees. The proposed increases come from recent increases in the waste disposal agreement with the City of Monroe. The Walton County Board of Commissioners voted to raise the scale rates at the Walton County Recycling Center from $45 per ton to $65 per ton, and the green bags were increased by 50 cents per bag. The changes will only impact those using the green bag program and the Keep Walton Beautiful Recycling Center for solid waste disposal. The changes will not affect those using private haulers, and the new rates are set to go into effect on March 10th, 2023. The increase in revenue will help offset any cost Walton County Public Works incurs for solid waste disposal, and will help us continue to offer services to reflect the need of our customers. The green bags are available for purchase at grocery stores and convenience stores on the Public Works Sanitation website, and you can find those on Walton County's website under Public Works and Sanitation. So after the approval of the increase in solid waste fees, there was an acceptance of a proposal for design services for the Walton County Employee Health Clinic for precision planning. The Walton County Development Authority appointed Thomas Carter and Betty Ray to reappointments on the Walton County Development Authority Board. And then we had our county manager's update, and County Manager John Ward gave an update on everything that's going on in the county. He stated that we will have ribbon cuttings going forward for the new Walton County Extension Office, as well as a groundbreaking that was postponed for the Walton County Fire Rescue Station number 7. So there was discussion by the Board of Commissioners on acquiring additional parking lots spaces for employees, for county employees, in downtown Monroe, and they're approved to lease 10 spaces from Peters and Foster's on an annual basis. There was no public comment. We did have an executive sessions, but there were no votes taken in executive session. And that was all for the board meeting. As always, if you have any questions for us, you're always welcome to give us a call at 770-267-1301. Please be on the lookout on our Facebook page and other social media pages for our ribbon cuttings and other events that we're hosting here at Walton County. Thank you so much, Walton County, and we hope everyone is remaining safe and getting ready for the spring weather.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. The first thing I wanted to discuss is effective March 10th, we will be going up on our scale rates here at the Recycling Center. They will, from March 10th on, they will be $65 a ton for any of the items that are disposed of here at the center. Basically the landfill cost went up, and we were forced to go up to kind of match the increase we're seeing. So starting March 10th, everything that's disposed of here at the Recycling Center, when you come across the scale, will be $65 a ton for those disposal fees. Again, if you have any questions about that, or want to know more, give us a call here at the Recycling Center, 770-267-1421. we'd be happy to discuss it a little more, hear any of your questions or concerns about that. So give us a call. Again, that goes into effect March 10th. We're starting to ease into spring, and we're starting to schedule some of our events. And the one that we have scheduled right now, we're going to do a document destruction event on Saturday, April 22nd from 10 until 12. We've partnered up with the Loganville Lions Club, and we did that as well last year. And it will be at the City Hall in Loganville from 10 to 12 on Saturday, April 22nd. That is Earth Day. Again, if you have any questions, give us a call. There are no limits on boxes that can be brought in. With the new company we're using for document destruction, they don't put any limits on how much paper you can bring in. As some of you may remember in the past, with a different company, they had that limit at like 2 banker boxes per citizen. That is no longer the case with the new company. So if you've got more than that, feel free to bring it. And again, that will be at the Loganville City Hall, Saturday, April 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 12. So give us a call. We'd be happy to answer any questions about that. We've also started looking ahead to another paint recycling or paint collection event that we want to do probably around May or June, about the same time as we did it last year. But we are going to start doing those paint collection events twice a year. So just be on the lookout. I'll keep you updated with once we have a date set in stone for that. But we are kind of inquiring about that and trying to figure out a date, and we do plan to have another of those in the spring, early summer. So be out on the lookout for that. One of the other things, I say it a lot, but it's getting to be that time of year, and a lot of people are trimming back their crepe myrtles and starting to get ready for spring. And we've been turning a lot of cars away here at the recycling center and sending them to the inert landfill. If you come down here with limbs and branches and shrubs and grass clippings, leaves, all of that stuff, we're going to have to send you to an inert landfill. So I just wanted to get that message out there so you're not wasting a trip coming out here trying to bring something we just simply cannot accept. One of the other things that went into effect back in January, as some of you may be aware of, is we can no longer accept mattresses here at the center. Right now we're sending folks out to the Walton C&D landfill out on 78. They're collecting those mattresses, but presently we can no longer accept those here. The landfill where we take our solid waste will no longer accept mattresses. So we are doing our due diligence. We're trying our best. We've talked to a couple of different companies. We're trying to find a way to get back to accepting mattresses again, because we want to provide that opportunity for our citizens to get rid of their mattresses at a reasonable rate. So we are working hard to try to get that figured out, and we're hopeful that we will be able to in the future. But as of right now, we aren't accepting mattresses here at the center. If any of that changes, we'll be updating that on our website, our Facebook page. The next time I do one of these TV spots, I'll be sure and mention it if we do reach some resolution with that. But presently, we aren't accepting mattresses here, so if you come down here with them, we'll be trying to direct you to somewhere you can take those. I do feel like I put a lot of information out there this time. Again, if you have questions about any of that, if you have questions, any other environmental questions or concerns you have, litter questions or concerns, feel free to call us down here, 770-267-1421. We'd be happy to answer any questions we can. We'd be happy to get you started recycling. We'd be happy to teach you how to use our scales for disposal and to get started doing your trash disposal and things that way. again, come on out and see us. Let us show you what we're doing here. And until next time, take care.
Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in today. As always, we'll show you some of the dogs that are here at the Walton County Animal Shelter. I just wanted to show you this little guy. His name is Wolfie. Now, don't get too excited because he's already got a lot of adoption applications and he's actually scheduled to get adopted today. But I wanted to show him to you to let you know that we get all kinds of dogs at the Walton Animal Shelter. We get big dogs, little dogs, cute little guys like this. So no matter what you're looking for, it'll come through at some point. You can always keep your eye on waltonpets.net. We post all the dogs and cats there. If there's something particular you're looking for, you can just go there, keep a watch out, and maybe someone like little Wolfie here, you'll be blessed to bring him into your home. So don't forget about looking at waltonpets.net to see all the dogs and cats that are at your local animal shelter.
This is Don Juan. He's a pit. He's a year old, not neutered, lots of energy.
Here we have about a 4-month-old pit mixed puppy. Lots of energy, wants to be loved, he wants to be with you. Did good with the animals that y'all just seen, going through with them. He's got lots of energy.
This is Gabby and Gabriel. They're 2 strays that we received last week, and we assume they're siblings because they're the same age, they look the same, and they were found together. And they haven't had much interest on adoption, but they're only about 10 months old.
Hey everybody, it's Isaac over at Reboot giving you the Reboot Tech Tip. I want to talk a little bit today about video conferencing. I know that thing has gotten so big, you know, because of the whole virus thing. You know, I know people have seen things about Zoom, you know, and how people are hacking Zoom and all that stuff. And for y'all that don't know, Zoom is basically a video conferencing software where, you know, you can have up to like, I don't know what it is, 5,000 people on one video conference call, something crazy like that. But anyway, so a lot of people are using that to meet. You know, a lot of organizations, so everybody can stay home and meet and stuff like that. So just give you a little info about that. Yes, Zoom was kind of hackable in the beginning and people were a little scared about it, but as far as I know, they have fixed those issues, and so it's pretty safe now. I mean, I tell people all the time, if you're on the internet, you know, somebody can hack you. That's really just the bottom line. So as far as it can be safe, I think it is. You know, Zoom is a good one. It's free if you want to do meetings for up to 40 minutes. But then after that, you have to pay for it. And I want to say it's like $15 a month or something like that. But the Zoom one is great. It has great quality. The sound is good. The video is good. All that stuff. So another one that people have been using is called like Google Duos is another one, or Google Meets. And those both can be free if you have a Gmail account, as long as everybody participating has a Gmail account or a Google account. That's a free one. That's a good one. You know, and the stuff we had before, like the FaceTime that people use for Apple products, is great. You know, Skype is probably one of the more glitchier ones. You know, sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. Some devices it works on, some it doesn't. You know, it's really kind of a pain, so we don't really recommend that one. But you know, and then some folks get scared about, well, you know, after I hang up, you know, can people still see me on my webcam and all that stuff? And you know, once you cut the connection or hit leave the meeting, then you're done. You know, but if you want to, I see a lot of people, they'll put like a piece of tape or something over the webcam, you know, stuff like that, or you can unplug your webcam or turn it off inside the computer, whatever you want to do if that makes you feel a little safe. But yeah, you know, new world, so people might want to get used to the video conferencing thing. You know, obviously if you got any questions, contact your local IT guy or give us a call here at Reboot. We'll be happy to help you. But that's it. Isaac Reboot giving you the tech tip.